And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Vermeer, we have the orange Zerg player, the orange Zerg player himself. It is SHIN, rocking that SC2 Zerg. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the Brood War Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. What are we saying, Pappy? What are we saying? ByuN's like, oh, how did you win? And SHIN's like, I got lucky. ByuN's asking him about the previous series. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just some friendly banter. Oh, no. I think ByuN asked him, what do you want me to do? Like, build, I mean. Oh, sorry, SHIN, he was like, what do I do? SHIN's like, I'm dead, Spappy. Not like this. Alright, let's jump into it. So far, we do see a CC first into 3x. So 3x sim timing here by ByuN. He's going for a very strong sim timing. Now, what we're expecting out of SHIN is typically we've seen a lot of roach responses out of SHIN once he can realize what's going on. We'll see if he can find his opponent, though. It does go for the cross spawn. It does go for the cross scout. No, never mind. It does keep the overlord in the center. And we'll see if he can read what ByuN is up to. Again, ByuN is very fond of these 3x sim timings, so I'm sure SHIN will blindly just prepare for something like this. We'll see. As the overlords are fanning out. Ooh, okay. SHIN rushing into his third. Being very greedy, actually. Because this fast third hatchery for SHIN, he's sacrificing his second queen. So second queen is going to be very late in favor of the faster expand. So a bunch of greed here from SHIN, greed from ByuN as well, going CC first. We're all just cutting corners. And to be fair, I mean, SHIN doesn't need the early queen counts in this matchup just because there's no Reapers. True, true. So you can just be greedier as a Zerg player. Can be greedier. Meanwhile, the Academy's on the way, working towards stim, medic production, the initial stim timing. I believe ByuN was the highest seed for this tournament, so it was his choice to go for Brood War for SC1. Okay, let's go. Let's go. I mean, I could be mistaken. I'd have to double check, but have we seen much success from the other players when it comes to playing Brood War? Like from SHIN, Solar, Classic? I mean, I guess... No, I guess Classic did punish when he played against SHIN on Vermeer. True, true, true. Did punish him. With the 2-gate opener, mass zealots into the charge. Zealot legs. But I do think that ByuN is quite comfortable, especially in ZVT with his 3 axes. Like, ByuN is very comfortable. He likes it, man. He likes it. Like, the reality is that, like, this build is just really versatile and really strong. I would say more so than the other standard openers for the other races, right? Referring to, like, Reaver drop openers and Reaver drop play. Or referring to like fast Hydra play from Zergs. I wouldn't be surprised if statistically there are more Terran players that are willing to play Brood War Terran than like Zergs or Protoss are willing to play their Brood War like counterpart. That wouldn't surprise me. As ByuN does step in. Yeah, Sims in, gets 1, gets 2 queens already. And I think we're just dead. That's 3 queens going down. And remember, SHIN's queen count was lower to begin with. Ling's going with this round, and Lin he's gonna be able to hold on. SHIN, he does hold on. Ling's a surround, thankfully, but these were some heavy losses here. That was what, 3 queens? 3 queens falling. Ay ay ay. Does holds. ByuN, he's chilling back at home. And SHIN is building up into Ling Bane. Okay, so he's going for Ling Bane. He's taking out from here. He's droning, saturating. ByuN had a very nice start. Didn't get any economic damage. True, bear that in mind. But he did take down some queens. Did catch queens. Three-point often plays Brood War Remyth as well. Yeah, they do. I think I stand by what I said before, though, how I feel like the percentage of like Terran players willing to play Brood War Terran is probably higher than the Zerg and Protosses. Like, I can think of like 3.0 Remyth for Zerg. For Protoss, I can think of maybe Prome and Rebellion. Maybe they are more willing to play Brood War Protoss every now and then as well. Maybe. Maybe on that one, I see. Let's keep rallying. Does rally across, sitting up on the high ground. Once again, he wants those queens. He wants them. And again, the aggression isn't ending here. This all came from the 3 racks. Behind this, there's no third TC, so hyper aggression out of ByuN, rallying across. And we'll see if SHIN can hold on. Bailing speed, I mean, Lair is not done. No bailing speed. Ideally, SHIN, he wants to lure the army in and then come in for the surround. So lure him in. Oof. Tank shots going off. Second tank has arrived. ByuN is gaining ground. Uh-oh. Yeah, he is gaining ground. Pushing further in. Bailing speed just now began. SHIN catching reinforcements. Does get across. Getting on top of the tank. Nice run by. Gets us around. Yeah, catching out one of the tanks. Getting on top of the bunker as well. At the same time, though, he will lose an expansion. Yeah, the bases are falling. ByuN is pushing in. Working it. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, I know that I think after this, I think it was after this tournament, there was the Hydra up, the patch which buffed Hydras and Lings, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was before this. I can't quite recall. I know. It's a work in progress. As bailing speed is soon going to finish. With the help of the bailing speed, SHIN can collapse in. Can rush forward. Bailing speed kicks in. And SHIN holds. Yeah, SHIN is holding on. Cleans up the army. Shuts down ByuN. And how many drones did we lose here? Only one. Okay, minimal economic losses. SHIN, he saved his workers, preserved his workers, expanding here towards the top side instead. And the game will continue. We're getting into the mid game for the first time. For one of the first times this series, we're getting into the mid game. SHIN defends back at home. ByuN, likewise, he deflects the army, and now we're taking up. Infestation bit and hive tech here for SHIN. Likewise, irradiate out of ByuN. We're building up into the mid game. It's happening. Another reason why, another reason why we're seeing that here is cross spawns, right? Diagonal spawns, so very long rush distance by ground. It means that even though SHIN won that fight and cleaned this up, by the time he gets across the map, there's already another army, right? It takes too long. It takes too long to counterattack. So the map is helping when it comes to forcing a longer game state. And we can calm down. We can calm things down and build up. Hive has begun. We're imagining this is going to be link bait into Ultra Tech from SHIN. Now, I'll be honest, when it comes to this game state, so far from what we've seen, I do think that the power spike that the Ultras provide is quite large, and there isn't an easy way to stop that from the Brood War Terran side of things. So typically when it comes to other matchups. When it comes to regular SC2, how do you deal with your Master Ultra? Well, Marauders are a nice stopgap. Tank lines also quite solid. Liberators help support as well. Snipes, of course, they're the big factor coming into a longer game state. Here, there are no Liberators. Irradiate is nice, but Irradiate is damage over time. Like Irradiate, there's no burst damage from the Irradiate. So it does feel like Ultras do have a bit of a bigger power spike here once we get there, if we get there. Meanwhile, radio on the Banelings, not bad. Oh my god, we're stacking, Jesus. We are going to be stacking up. Lings, they catch reinforcements. ByuN is pushing. And what's important is that ByuN is pushing pre-Ultra Tech or pre-Hive. The Hive just not finished, and so far Hive is not being done with anything. We're not making use of it. Spire instead is on the way. There's that Ultra Cavern. But again, what's important is that ByuN is doing damage pre-Ultra. Breaks the expansion. Does break the expand. At the same time, SHIN does catch more reinforcements. Catching out fire bats, catching out tanks. ByuN pushing further in. He commits. He just keeps going. Ooh, as we're throwing away a lot of Zerglings. Yeah, Lings are being thrown away. ByuN is pushing in. Oof. As Fungal does delay. Banelings popping up. The Lings get into the middle line. 17 SV kills. ByuN is forced into the all-in. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, back at home. Critical damage. ByuN, he has to end the game, but now he has to all-in against Ultras. And that's not going to happen here. No shot. I mean, he's going to go for it. He has, what, 2 Radiates so far? Soon to be 3. But as we mentioned, the Radiates, they do more damage over time when it comes to like these big engagements here and now. We'll see. So you radiate the Infestor. Let's catch out the Infestor. That also means 1 less irradiate here with the main army. ByuN, he turns around. No shot. He turns back around. He rotates. Okay, rotating over. How many Ultras so far? Just 1. Okay. Only 1 Ultra. Thankfully, SHIN's economy is also lackluster, so he can't really afford many Ultras either. True. Low eco. Low economy. They catch more reinforcements, catching up more Marines, more medics. The army does turn around for a moment there for ByuN. Oh, so catching more SCVs. ByuN does try to break out. Lings, they once again do go for the backstab. They go for the counterattack. And SHIN, he just can't build up. He's just broke. Oh no! Does get a science vessel. But SHIN just can't afford Ultras. He cannot afford them. He has no economy. He has no money. He only has 2 Ultras. He cannot build up. ByuN, he can just keep going. I say that he does bleed out another science vessel. Down to 1. Oh. Yeah, 1 vessel remaining. SHIN still doesn't really have much to work with. We have a 3rd Ultra on the way. The Irradiates. Again, there's only 2 Ultras. there's just not much here. The value. We killing orange. Calm down. What's it? Where are we going? Where are we going? SHIN, don't go into the mineral line, papi. Don't go in there. Ay, ay, ay. SHIN is slowly amassing. Again, ByuN has the greater economy. May have lost a bunch of workers, but ByuN, he's on 4 bases. He's on 4 expansions. Meanwhile, I cannot say the same for SHIN. SHIN's 4th base is undersaturated. SHIN needs more drones. He needs more time. And ByuN is coming. Again, with only 3 ultras, we don't even need irradiate. Isn't even necessary. But he's now built up to back up to 3. Back up to 3 vessels. ByuN is supply block. That will slow him down. He's going to be somewhat slowed down. Oh god, the SVZ trying to fight. Like, these are nice moves here from SHIN, but SHIN still needs more. He still needs more damage, still needs more time. He still needs saturate. Where are the drones? We have 72 workers, but still no saturation at the 4th base. Still no saturation. We catch out the final remaining ultras. And we're just stacking as well. Oh gosh. And now we just commit to the fight. We commit to the fight here. Nice blinding clouds. But ByuN should be able to kite. Should be able to kite back. And now we can just focus on the ultras. Yeah, you can just focus them down. There's just not enough support here. Not enough economy. And ByuN breaks through. It breaks through. GG gets called, and ByuN, he'll take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. With that, ByuN takes the lead in the series. Again, we didn't quite get to see that mid to late game back and forth as SHIN, he got crippled early on, which was quite crucial there for ByuN. We were talking about the issue that could be the case when it comes to ultras and a solid economy, but SHIN, he never got up to past 3 base economy. He had a very, very low drone count. He couldn't afford anything. He struggled to even make 1 ultra as he was just losing base after base, mineral line after mineral line, and he could not sustain himself. He had some nice run-bys and counterattacks, but hey, ByuN, he can sustain it. He can afford those losses. He had the more efficient army. GG. GG, well played. With that, ByuN did snowball out of control, and ByuN takes the lead in the series. And we'll see if SHIN can bounce back. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can recover. Bearing in mind, it is going to be SHIN's race of choice. Loading into Ruby Rock. Ooh, a much smaller map this time. So we got to at least embrace some mid-game play in that last game just because of the longer rush distance, just because of the further apart spawn locations. Here we're spawning into a smaller map, a much smaller map, a shorter rush distance by ground. We're expecting more aggression here. We'll see. We'll see how our players open up. We're imagining another 3x stim timing. Let's go. And spawning in the top left hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have, sorry, the South Korean Terran player. We have the Brutal Terran leading the series 1-0. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Zerg player. We have the S2 Zerg. It is SHIN. Let's go. Let us go. So jumping in game 2. Now, as a reminder, game 1, we had a bunch of greed. We had a bunch of greed when it came to our openers, faster expansions, more droning, later tech. Coming into Ruby Rock, we should be taking a much more tame approach here. As we can see already, early gas. Ooh, okay, gas pool opener into a delayed expansion. SHIN, what's the plan here? Now, with this early gas, this can lead into an early Link Flood, this can lead into an early Bane Bust, or it can lead into an early Roach Rush. What's it gonna be? Eyes are on SHIN, eyes are on how the gas is spent. As you can see here, it pulls into gas, does prioritize, still no expand. SHIN heard the eraser was a really cool trick in Brood War. True, true. Aye, aye, aye. as ByuN is building up his own 3-rec stim. I do like the idea of a roach all in. We spoke about this previously in one of the previous matchups, how because the 3-rec stim timing delays your factory production quite heavily, roach all-ins can actually work really, really well against it. If you remember, SHIN actually went for this build. He actually went for a roach rush against Mang Russell earlier. Against Mang Russell at the beginning of the broadcast. Show us what you got. Show us that roach warren. Yeah, there it is. We're going for the roach rush. And we'll see if ByuN can recognize what's going on in time. Let's go. As roaches are on the horizon. Safety bunker here by ByuN. Yeah, safety bunker. Building up his bio army. We'll see. I mean, at least there's no SCV scat out of ByuN, so SHIN, he has that element of surprise. But ByuN is playing safe. He's playing safe here. Here we go, 4 roaches now in production. Lings are flooding, we are getting ling speed, so it's going to be a bit of a lower roach count as they're going to be morphing into ravagers, and it's going to be all about those ling reinforcements to support the army. 7 roaches on the way. Here comes the all-in. We're rallying everything across the map. And I'll be very impressed if ByuN can hold this. Be very impressed. Just because he has no idea what's coming. Like, he has scattered nothing. He has 0 scouting information here by ByuN. Now he scans, now he knows. Yeah, now he sees 0 saturation, sees the links coming his way, now he knows. Does react quite well. Second bunker's on the way, does pre-pull the boys. Yeah, the boys are being pre-pulled to repair. And there are how many Ravagers? Just 1. Only 1 Ravager. Army gets spotted. He's here to repair. Ooh, and with that, the bunker will not go down. Yeah, the bunker does stand strong. Lings are being shot down immediately. And ByuN is holding. Yeah, ByuN, he's holding on. Roaches, they give chase. They chase down some of the Marines, but they get surrounded as well. And every roach is going to fall here. We just overextended. Like, we're deep here into the Terran army. Oh, no. Yeah, there's nowhere to kite. Nowhere to run. Files down his own Ravager. And the final roaches are falling. The final Ravagers as well. The bunker stands strong. And SHIN, he's running out of steam. He's running out of steam. He's running out of army. I say that he's still flooding across the map. Oh, the boys! Can they kill the Ravager? They can. The Ravager goes down to the SCVs. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, and with that, ByuN still has a worker lead. SHIN, now he starts droning. Oof. So SHIN, at this point, he knows he cannot kill. He now starts droning up, but he's behind. He's far behind here. Stim is done. And GG. Yep, GG gets called. The all-in fails, and ByuN, he'll take a 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Whew, GG, well played. A very crucial scan by ByuN, to be honest. A very, very big scan. If you remember, he only had seconds to react, but he scanned the natural. He saw lack of saturation. He saw the lings flooding across the map. He confirmed the all-in, and in those seconds, he was able to get his second bunker up, and more importantly, pre-pull the boys. It is crucial that you pre-pull those workers to be able to get the mass repair. Not just repair, but also reduce service area from the Zerglings. So lings cannot deal with the bunker, and likewise, neither could the Roach Ravager. So the bunker was immortal, would stand strong there. We saw that SHIN, he reacted by pushing into the mineral line, which is crazy. By pushing into the bases, and that just made sure that it was just a one-way trip. It was all or nothing there for SHIN. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game number 3, and we'll see how SHIN can recover, if at all. The pressure's on. One more game and ByuN will claim the series. SHIN has to fight back here and now to make a series out of this. Let's go. Going to be loading into Celestial Enclave. Let's go. Oh, este Evo Burrito, papi. Ah, bienvenidos, bienvenidos. It was the only StarCraft I've been watching now. Oh, gracias, gracias. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. We appreciate the support. Hope you enjoy the content. The StarCraft. Hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoy. As we're getting into game number 3. Oh, what are we saying? Spawning in the right hand corner of such enclave, we have the Broodor Terran player. We have the blue Terran. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom hand corner, we have the SC2 Zerg player. We have the red Zerg. It is SHIN. You're already saying SCVs. Imba. Hold on. Opening up the Google Translate. Ah, okay. Yeah, SHIN, he was saying nerf SCVs. He was like, I'm trying to all in. Nerf SCVs, papi. And then SHIN's like, when did you have scan available? 3 minutes 30? Crazy, Terran. And then ByuN was laughing. So SHIN was talking about the scan timing when it came to the last game's all in, which is true. Like, that scan timing was crucial. If it wasn't for that scan. They're just talking about the game. The power of the SCVs, the scan. GG. GG. For now, though, we're going into our openers. It's going to be a hatch pool opener. Late gas, we're going gasless. So gasless opener here by SHIN, a hyper greed out of our Zerg player. Likewise, CC first out of ByuN. We mentioned this earlier, but Celestial Enclave does favor greedy play. It is a very defensive map. The reason why: 1, long rush distance by ground. 2, ramp into the natural. A ramp coming into natural is quite rare. 3, pocket base. Like, there's just so many factors here that favor defensive play, so it's all about cutting corners, and at least SHIN is cutting as many as he can by playing gasless. This means link speed is heavily delayed, and roaches are also going to be delayed as well. Just gasless opener here by SHIN. ByuN is still going for his 3x sim timing, though. This can hit very, very hard. Just catching him in the chat. Yo, shout out to Acres de Cruz. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for gifting a sub to Steel Mold. To the community. Este stick. Ay, ay, ay. Shout out to Steel Mold for claiming that gifted sub. But thank you, Acres. Thank you. Acres even. Thank you. Gracias, gracias. Well, we're going for 4 base mech plays versus Zerg here. Yeah. You can do that. Like, you can be hyper defensive and get into mech. You can be hyper defensive and go into Sky Toss as well. Like, there's a lot of defensive and greedy styles that you can go for that are much more viable, specifically on Celestial Enclave. True. That is true. But despite that, ByuN did go for an economic opener, but he's still going for that stim timing. Now, my concern, if SHIN is too greedy, hold on, I'll switch the players. If SHIN is too greedy, this stim timing can kill. So that's my big concern here, because we still have 0 gas. Still 0 gas, which is by design. Gases are now being taken, and because the gases are so late, SHIN will be skipping link speed and he'll be going into roach production. But again, will it take too long? That's the big question here. Is it going to take too long to build up those roaches? Will ByuN punish that greed? So it's going to be a very close timing, very close defense for SHIN. Head off the gym. Take care, baby. Take care. Take care. Enjoy the gyms. So here we go. Here comes the move out. Overlord does confirm. SHIN is supply blocked. No, he's supply blocked. We got three Overlords on the way. Throws down some spine crawlers. Brutal time to be supply blocked. Now is not the time. And there's no roach one either. No, there's nothing. There's okay, we got a queen spine defense. That's all we got. Queens and spine crawlers and the high ground as well. True. High ground is a big factor. This might be enough. This might be enough here. Yeah, we got 5 queens. 1 queen goes down. No transfuse. No energy. Oh, he gets one. He gets one. Takes down the spine as well. Takes down one of the queens. Is getting out of hand. Boys are being pulled, and this is brutal damage here as every queen has got to go down. Ay. 3, 4, getting up to almost 5 queen kills. Not like this. Sometimes against the Zerglings, and he still gets more damage. And this doesn't kill, but this cripples. This does cripple SHIN. That is how much? That is 8 drones, 5 queens, 8 Zerglings, 1 spine crawler for the initial 3x stim timing. And remember, ByuN was not all in. ByuN, he has his economy behind this. He's building up into U238 shells. into more bio, into towards the next wave, the next push. Ooh, hi. So SHIN does hold. He does hold. He does survive, but that was a messy defense here from SHIN. Still taking gases. What are we doing with the gas is my question. Are we going into roaches? Are we going into lair tech? Ling speed is on the way. We're going into double evo chamber. Okay, it looks like we're not going roaches. It looks like we're going into what looks to be Ling Bane, or at least a Ling into lair tech. But here comes that second wave that we spoke about. Here comes the second wave. Lings get punished. How many queens do we have? We only have 3 queens. That's not enough. Yeah, 3 queens is not enough. The second wave kills. Boys are being pulled. 3 drones going down. We got 1 transfuse. Just the one. Oh my god. SHIN, he's barely holding. He lost 2 queens, 3 drones, Overlord, 16 Lings, and a spine crawler. But SHIN is holding. Whew, okay. This game is just, it's SHIN treading water. He's treading water, keeping his head above it, just barely. Behind this, ByuN getting his 3rd CC on location. Building up towards tanks. Siege mode is on the way. Double scan confirming there's nothing. This confirms that there's no tech. There's no lair, there's no gases or limited gas income. ByuN should be feeling good about this. He knows, like I don't have to worry about mutas or hydras or roaches or anything. And just chill. And the pressure's on SHIN. The onus is on SHIN to find some damage here. We'll see if he can maybe pull off, or maybe catch the army or find a way into the bases. These rocks can be accessible. Drop play is also viable. Referring to like Ling drops into mineral lines. I would say that this is a little bit premature. This is a little bit ambitious here by ByuN. Oh, but he does have those fire bats. True. Oh my god. Flame it up. I forgot. Yeah, we have fire bats against Ling Bane. Baneling speed just now began. Fire bats are going to be crazy here. They're going to pop up. Initially, I was like, oh, are we being too aggressive? Are we pushing out too soon? Then I'm like, oh, wait. No, he has fire bats. Never mind. He's fine. Oh my god. Against Ling Bane specifically, fire bats, they can pop up. Tanks are sieging. SHIN getting ready for the surround. Coming in from behind. Gas on top of one of the tanks. Yeah, 1 tank goes down. Bailey's waddling in. And SHIN will hold. Yeah, SHIN, he will hold on. This was a messy assault here from ByuN. ByuN, he was spread out. He was caught without his tanks. Yeah, very messy. ByuN, we got to tighten up. We got to lock in. As ByuN was being overly aggressive there. I do think there would have been a way to make use of that army, but only if he kept everything together. He did spread himself thin. You'll spread thin. We have I almost said Vipers on the way. We have Science Vessels on the way. Alongside a Radiate. Meanwhile, SHIN, based on the fact that we have no further tech here, it looks like Ling Bane into Hive into Ultras. Now, last time we saw SHIN attempt this, we saw this on Vermeer, SHIN failed to maintain his economy, and he never built up past 3 or 4 Ultras. Like, his Ultra count was very, very low, and ByuN shut him down, as SHIN couldn't afford any Ultras, couldn't afford his army. Here, on Celestial, I mean, SHIN's also had a very shaky early game, he's also had a very shaky economy, but if he can stabilize with that economy, he can afford Ultras and build up into a longer game. It's going to be difficult to get there, though. As ByuN is secure now on 4 bases. Hive is almost done. Hive is almost complete. But again, Shin's economy is still lackluster here. Still sub 80 workers. So here comes ByuN. Does split. Does trade well. Shows he irradiates. Not yet. Ooh, double drop is denied. ByuN is all over this. Calm down. Denies the link drop. Deflects the main army. Science vessels are looking for any kind of stray units here. They're hunting. They can find the infestor, for example. Laying to catch 2 tanks, not bad. Forcing friendly fire. 3 tanks even. Okay, 3 tanks go down. ByuN out of position. Bailings they roll in. No magic connections here. Getting 1 medic. Yeah, catching out 1 medic. Drop back into the bases. ByuN is no longer in position. Oh, did misclick actually. Oh, I see. It looks like ByuN had this CC and his other expansion on the same hotkey. So when he lifted up both. Maybe even all. I wasn't looking at the other bases. So a bit of a misclick there. It happens. The mass lift back. It's been the nice expansion. Massive link right here from Shin. Ooh, it does run into a meat grinder. The Lings, they get what, 2 tanks? Oh god, that was not worth it. I'm afraid, how many Lings was that? 70 Zerglings for 3 tanks. Ay ay ay. Behind this 3-3 is on the way. Ultra production has begun. Shin is almost there. He's getting into his max out ultras. Still only 3. Only 3 ultras. So now we have our spellcasters, 2 Vipers, 1 Infestor. Those are also going to be the main targets here for the Irradiates. That's why our army gets caught out. Nice clear by the Shin. ByuN is throwing away more Marines, bringing up supply more tanks. Building up his tank count. Does find the Ultras. Lands irradiated on all 3 of them. Oof. Does find them. Does irradiate. Oh, and Shin, his own Lings are dying. Oh my god, he clumps. Shin. Yeah, he clumps up very, very hard. And with that, Shin is going to lose everything. He tries to give it into the siege line. Tanks, they hold their own. Ultras, they get shut down. And Shin's army gets deleted. Oh my god. Pappy, we gotta respect the irradiate. Oh my god. He lost half his Lings just pushing in before the main fight occurred. That ByuN breaks the expansion. Pushing on the right hand side, we have 6 soldiers on the way. We have 6 ultras. Do we have any spellcasters? No. So in that previous fight, Shin, he lost his Vipers and lost his Infestor, and they've not been rebuilt. So 0 spellcasters. It's purely Lingbane Ultra. Nice thing run by. Gets into the mineral line. ByuN is out of position. The run by is nice. But again, the army here is lacking. Especially against a very high tank count, you need those Vipers. You need either, I was going to say Vipers, or I guess Microbe or Shroud would be the other option. Here come the Irradiates. The army does stand still, okay. The Ultras are trading well, they catch out the Marines. That's a lot of Marines going down. ByuN plummets in supply, but he holds. Yeah, defense matrix here does hold the line. As we're getting messy here. Again, the bio army on the right-hand side, there was no micro, so ByuN, he just got surrounded, he got shut down. Bled out a massive chunk of bio. And hey, oh, he's listening to the stream. I just mentioned it. We need either Blinding Cloud or Microbe or Shroud. He's going for the Shroud. But this is late. This is after 2 big fights. It's a late realization here from SHIN. But he's going for it. We need the Shroud, Pappy. One or the other, right? Either Blinding Cloud or Microbe or Shroud. One or the other. Meanwhile, we see that ByuN is making the full switch into mech. Oh boy. He's meching it up. We have more factories on the way. Spider Mines, Ion Thrusters, 2 more factories as well. So ByuN's just making that full mech switch. Out of bio. Ducklings and rolling around. They get punished. Ultras, they commit in. Once again, Mass Irradiate. The Ultras, they do catch some of the medics. Oh my god, the tank shots though. Jeez. Oh god. Yeah, SHIN cannot engage. It was 1 Microbial Shroud, just the one. We need to like blanket the area with Microbial Shrouds, then we can commit. But it's also like, how do you expect the Infested to get close enough to the tanks as well? You don't. That's where Vipers and Blinding Clouds can be preferred. Now it looks like we're switching into Corruptor, potentially into Broodlords. No Greater Spire yet. It's going to be the answer here to at least the Science Vessels. Yeah, now we have the Vipers. It feels like SHIN doesn't really know how to approach this. Like, we're testing everything. Like, first we tried doing it without any Spellcasters, then Microbial Shroud, now back into Vipers. Nice catch in the bio at least. A lot of Marines go down. He gets on top of the tanks as well. But again, we should be switching into a more Vulture heavy composition. Here come the Spider Mines. Spider-Man's setting up. Oh my god. They're setting up, they're popping off. Ay, ay, ay. Cuidado, papi, cuidado. Oh god, the Spider-Mans, they do punish once again. Respect the Spider-Mines. Be careful, SHIN. As ByuN's trading very efficiently here. And more Spider-Mines popping up. Just a sea of red. Just ay, ay, ay. And now ByuN's pushing. ByuN is moving out. Pushing to the center. So, man, I should have gotten these vultures earlier. I should have. Goliath support as well. And Goliath to do punish. Try to punish the Corruptors. Blinding Clouds coming in. Tanks are they're stacked. Tanks are stacked up. Massive Blinding Clouds. Ultras are trading well, and they get us around. They clean up every single tank here. A better engage here from SHIN. But he's running out of steam. He's running out of army. He has no bank. Oh, and he gives chase into another siege line. And ByuN can rebuild. He's got an economy. GG. Yeah, GG gets called. SHIN, he has nothing left. He has no resources. And ByuN will claim the series 3-0, becoming this week's SEL champion. GG. GG, well played, ByuN. He will claim the series. He'll claim the series 3-0 against StarCraft Evolution League number 20. Does fall in the hands of ByuN. A very strong showing here with the 3-0. SHIN had a very hard time engaging or dealing with the aggression of ByuN. We saw multiple times SHIN attempt to go into Ultra Tech, but multiple times saw him struggle to get there. Again, the Ultras are quite expensive, they require an economy, and time again, Shinny stumbled his way into that late game. And even here on Celestial Enclave, despite getting into those Ultras, he had a hard time perfecting his army. Does he go into Vipers? Does he go into Blinding Clouds, into Microbial Shroud? He was kind of lost when it came to picking what to really tech into. Likewise, a lot of impatience out of SHIN as well. Ideally, you do want your opponent to expose themselves. Remember, what was the best fight that we just saw from SHIN? When ByuN was pushing, when he was out in the open on the low ground, and we got caught by like two blinding clouds, and Ultras that came in for the surround. That was an amazing fight, but that was too little too late. And again, that was waiting for ByuN to push out, to push into him, right? Instead of SHIN trying to crack like the turtling Terran, which is where ByuN could fight on his terms, with his advantage, where spellcasters never really came into play. Again, Infestors, they couldn't quite close the gap getting within range of the tanks. Vipers likewise couldn't move in either because of the line of turrets. There were turrets for Marines, so trying to like break that turtling Terran, we saw time and time again SHIN fail. It was when ByuN pushed where SHIN had more success, but that was too little too late, right? It was too little too late. GG, well played with that. Congratulations here to ByuN for claiming the series. Shout out to Classic, Solar, SHIN, and the other competitors as well for taking part. GG, well played. You need that StarCraft 1 Zerg Defiler Plague and Dark Swarm. I mean, Dark Swarm is quite powerful. It is easier to work with for sure. But at the same time, as we were trying to allude to as well, like going into this heavy ultra composition, I mean, isn't really built to break these siege lines the way that the way that SHIN would hope for. So I would push back against the idea that like, oh, you need these other spellcasters. Like, no, we just need a different approach. Or if you confirm that your opponent's just turtling up, then that's when we need Broodlord Infestor, right? We need to get out of Ultras into Broodlords. We can't just be like stuck and be tunnel vision on just trying to make this composition work when your opponent's being hyper defensive. So either change your approach or change your composition. Ultras aren't the end all be all when it comes to late game ZVT. At the same time, I also understand that Broodlord Infestor is a much slower style and it's not as enjoyable, right? It's a very slow composition, very methodical. SHIN's the kind of player that just wants to commit. He just wants to dive in. He just wants to ape it up, and there are limitations to that. There are limitations. But with that, GG. With that, GG well played. With that, congratulations. And we're going to be wrapping up here for the day! Exclamation mark. I think we have a schedule command in the chats, but let us catch up on our schedule for the week. As you can see here, we just wrapped up with our Saturday morning broadcast of StarCraft Evolution. Later on tonight, we are not going to be live. You can see our schedule is a little bit outdated. We were originally going to be casting the Universe Titan Cup. That was going to be a best of 7 show match between Percival and Rogue. It was going to be a best of 7. But if you've been watching our channel as of late, if you know anything about GSL that's starting next week, we did cover the qualifiers, and both Percival and Rogue are in the same group. They're in the same group in GSL, so we didn't really want to have them play a couple of days before the GSL group because it'd be kind of weird. Most likely, obviously, GSL takes priority, and it'd make for a really weird series when ideally they want to hide builds and hide their styles. They don't want to show everything off when GSL is right around the corner. So the Universe show match has been rescheduled until after their group. So after the group, then there'll be the show match. Meanwhile, we have the Tuna Cup. Tuna Cup is our open tournament. That's going to be this Sunday. This Sunday is going to be our Tuna Cup. But otherwise, we're going to be wrapping up. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow with the Tuna Cup. That's going to be tomorrow evening in over 24 hours time. That's our open tournament, and we're going to be featuring TLMC maps. As always, when it comes to our open tournaments, full map pool of Team Liquid Map Contest 22 maps. So look forward to that. It's going to be amazing. Going to be beautiful. Likewise, next week is when GSL does begin. So we're going to be covering that as well. We have the GSL round at 12 next week. We also have the coverage of Ethereal 22 circuits. We have what else am I looking at? Pigstar Cup. The TLMC finalist stream should be next week as well. Should be next week. We'll be there to go over all the maps, all the upcoming maps from a judge perspective, and also going through all the feedback from all the other judges as well. True. we'll have that. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for the support. I'm giga tired. I'm gonna go get some rest. I'm gonna get some food first to run some errands, and then get some sleep, get some rest. I will see you guys tomorrow for the Tuna Cup. When it comes to some more StarCraft Evolution content, the next Evo event should be StarCraft Evolution League number 2021. That's going to be on April the 30th on Thursday. Currently, we are scheduled to cover it on Thursday, so do look forward to that, specifically for more Evo content. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support. If you want to support us in other ways, you can do so via Patreon. !Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon does fund our tournaments on a regular basis. Tuna Cup is directly funded via our Patreon. Likewise, if you missed out on some of these VODs, if you want to watch the GSL qualifiers, if you want to watch the RSL qualifiers, or the Podcast, some Brazilian StarCraft Open tournaments, more SC Evolution, it's all on our YouTube channel. So check us out over on YouTube. Aye, aye, aye. Thank you for the full coverage, Titanic casting spree. Gracias, bro. Gracias. We appreciate it. Just catching it. Zerg really needs some buffs. I mean, I as we were trying to emphasize when it came to Shin's style there, like it did feel like he was a little bit stubborn in his approach, but also a little bit lost as well. I'm sure he hasn't been in that kind of position too often against like a later game Brood or Terran. But you know, with experience, I'm sure we'll be seeing some adjustments. Regardless, GG. So we'll see you guys somewhere for Tuna Cup. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Ciao, bye, ciao, hasta luego. See you next time.